for the stage to come, prove that they're stepping in the right direction. This attack side, moving towards the A side, already caught Purpo. Player who's a little bit more quiet, but we expect to warm up on that stage. And although he's been dropped, it's for a trade. GX still have the advantage to work with. It's only if they haven't accounted for Leo sneaking his way in the corner. And it looks like they haven't, but the shots are missed.
Already, trades back, Boaster off to a decent start here, but it is going to be the cleanup. Hoodie's able to find the last.
A little bit of recovery to go through. Bucky play from Durka. He used to be Bucky FC for a good reason. Damage done here, but Redgar, 33. He's barely hanging on to life. But that's enough. You know, that's the real danger for Fnatic in this round. Gone. That was a player who had bought up, who had invested the most. And now it's just classics remaining with Chronicle and Alphayer to try and pick up the pieces. And there's not really much for them to capitalize on. Bar that player, Redgar, who was tagged up earlier. And he won't be found because he's on the other out towards the backside of A. So Purpo has an escape route, but he's looking to take a fight first, and he'll find it for free.
Yeah, the corner not checked. I'm a little bit surprised that there's no clear on that whatsoever. Especially in a bonus round, this puts them off to a great start, already having that man advantage. Fnatic just running through the utility, and that man advantage quickly diminishes. Trades back though, Fatinho up above, not spotted either. Puts this back into a 2v3 scenario. Spike still yet to be planted, and the rest of GX has been able to group up.
Chronicle's all out of flashes too, so no aggressive plays. It's going to be GX that go flying through and find all the kills. Only the one for Boaster, but quickly traded out. The numbers position to try to play the flank. That Molly's just being heard firing off. So Redgar knows there's a player here. There could be a kill for him, but they're not expecting Fnatic to play on site. They thought this was again going to be a post-plant play, that they'd be far back, sitting in main instead. The fight was taken on the site. That's bought so much more time, and Redgar even now has not seen Boaster cross back. He has to be worried. Has he gone around to Bath? No. There's the answer to his question. He's now stuck in the mud, but he's made it back to elbow.
Yeah, it's sort of the gamble of players versus the gamble of this one rifle. And hey, the rifle started off strong. A couple of high impact kills, but you have to bear in mind the weaponry isn't there for the rest. It may not matter though. 2 quick kills with the pistols. And now Leo, 0 kills so far.
30 seconds left.
But there's few others you'd want in a clutch.
Especially as he doesn't have to plant. This is going to give him an opportunity to take a little bit more space. And as well, the Thrash in the back pocket. He retrieved it, so it's back online and ready to go for this fight. Some dream reality where he catches all 3 of them with it, but instead it's going to be the rifle that has to take these fights, and he doesn't even win the first. Hoodie is too quick on the trigger. For this attack side squad, they know there's a lot of players here, but the decision hasn't been made yet to go back. Durka falls. The numbers of Fnatic thin out further. Ults were used and found absolutely nothing. Still an orbital strike to work with, and the tap to bait them in further. They're waiting for the flank to come through on Boaster, who's also set up with a double post-plan setup. Yeah, Molly and orbital strike, but the orbital strike used aggressively to push them forward to allow Alpha to swing on in, and he's found a kill for free.
That's the thing, the adaptive nature of Fnatic. Whoa. Leo may have got off to a quiet start, but we all know that doesn't last for long. A quick snap back, a swing around, we'll be able to clear out one more player, and this leaves Cloud alone. As said, we've heard in the past that this man was on the Fnatic shortlist when building that super team. We know how good he could be. You can't give him anything, but the trade is a major danger. Is if we're going to see Fatinho and Purpo potentially swing this together. He's going to have to swing out, and actually that's kind of helped them. It's forced him on the timing. Purpo's now there alongside him. Starting to get a little bit worrying. Chronicle's done well to trade things back into an even scenario, and okay, Jake.
They're going to be spotted. In comes Thrash to spot him up, but tag him up. Easy kill as Hoodie is caught, putting the Viper's pit up. Big old wasted. Cloud gets a kill, but he's tagged up for it and forced out in the open. A great mosh pit, and Leo's even the one to capitalize on the kill that he set up. GX didn't have a lot to work with here, and they've done some good damage, but that Viper's pit being removed, that's the biggest blow to the defensive side. Now just 2 Sheriffs remaining to attempt to clutch this out. Boaster, Leo, and Alpha still standing strong.
Yeah, the cloak's corner held by Leo as well. I don't know if they'll check this, it won't even matter. Alpha has found the kill, and with the weaker weapons being left, expectations are fairly low. See if Redgar can find anything. Nice shot onto the first. Weapon retrieval seems difficult. He might be able to... Expecting that space to be taken, even though it literally was in the previous round as well. Snakebite tried to slow them down, but there's counter utility and vulnerable. He has to peek. A nice shot from Hoodie at least. has been able to take down Leo. He's bought some time for the rotation. The rest of his teammates barreling in towards the site, but they are all taking so much damage. Durka comes alive. He's got himself 4. Towards long, probably going to try and make it through the TP as well, which actually will put a decent position through, though, already an immediate opener. Hoodie does manage to find one, and actually Cloud holding as well. They're going to keep things in their favor for the moment, Purpo. You don't want to run through a smoke versus this guy. That's what I'm learning. He'll hit the immediate headshot. Alpha can actually retrieve that spike. He's going to dodge the showstopper as well, so that's at least a piece of utility out of there. It would have to be a pretty impressive clutch. Spike plant will get him 1 away from his ult, Mitch, but other than that, doesn't have much to play with at all.
To get that ult online, he'll have to isolate a duel. And even look at the positions that GX are in. It's the same position. They're stacked up together. This is the right play. No matter what, they should be able to trade and at least get a trade after 2 kills. Alpha would have to go insanely nuclear on this. He's dodged the flash for a moment. Caught one, and that's it. Unlucky. Even the flash going a little deeper than I expected. This pistol round could inject those rounds right back towards GX. They were good the first time around. Alpha grabbing 2 before being bitten down. And Durka, he snuck his way through, but he's a little bit late to the party with Alpha down. You don't quite want to be emerging around that corner and end up giving the advantage away, especially with the damage done. It's pretty significant. Cloud doesn't have a heal, so Vitinho's going to be staying on 47 HP. Still with a nade, still with a flash and a poison orb to work around. The GX will need to find some space. And that means, again, like we saw in the last round, grouping up as 3 and looking to move towards the site.
They've just sent the Tiger through mid, so that's already for Fnatic enough information that now Durka is going to start pushing behind. The puzzle has been figured out by Fnatic, and because of that, when they go pushing into that site, there's going to be 3 different angles that they have to try and fight from. Fnatic have the right idea. Can they now execute it? And it seems like they're even starting to doubt themselves a little.
Well, that molly through from Boaster comes in with intention. GX know where one player is at least. 21 on Vitinho. He's been tagged further and dropped eventually by Boaster. And as they get just isolated in duels, nothing is found on GX. Possibly a plant out of this. There's still a utility, and in particular that nade that'll force them back for a moment. But look, the chaos they've caused, there's players on every angle, but there's also players from Fnatic ready to greet them. Even there, looked like someone had a flank on Durka, but as Vitinho comes through the smoke,
Scout destroyed.
Already looking like they're leaning towards that B side. 3 players away. The flash is unbelievable. Only managing to get 1 kill off the back of it though, but Leo is still fighting, brawling. A counter flash finally comes through, but it's too little too late. He's just going to spam his utility. Go back to the gun! He even gets the final kill with the flash days! Leo back.
Wonder how he got. He must have been farming orbs, was he? Yeah.
Maybe diffusing one of the rounds.
Must have been. Well, that's not the start they wanted. The TP in from Purpo spotted by Chronicle just after he'd taken Vitinho out of the sky, and Alpha still popping off with 2. These pistols won't find anything bar Chronicle's death and a little bit of damage, unless Redgar can really pop off with this Sheriff. I mean, a god-tier performance needed, and nothing found. 11-5 from a 3-0 lead. This is Mosh through. The Viper slowing them down as well. Fnatic on the rotate now. 4 players in position. Boaster unspotted towards Bat. Got a prime angle to frag out with 2, but his team have fallen apart. Oh! Somehow on another. He's only got a couple bullets left in reserve, but there's only a few seconds left. The molly a little bit late. The spike was picked up, and it will now be planted. At least the attempt will be there. Boaster reloaded, so he's got 12 bullets to play with, a few more expended, and Hoodie might have repositioned on the other side, but Boaster was ready. 4 kills for this man as he finally runs out of it.
It's exactly what we're used to seeing. For now, though, we're looking at GX. What can they do to try and make this one competitive? Absolutely nothing. Yeah, call it. They've already lost 2 players within the first 20 seconds of the round. It's not looking good. The aggressive push is coming out from Chronicle. They're just looking to put this one to bed. But Hoodie and Redgar are still fighting.
Oh, yes they are. Another found. That's Leo dropped. No ults left for Fnatic. There were a few to play with, but all those players have been dropped. The map control is gone, and GX are playing this wise. They're just pumping the brakes They know some aggression has to come through. Someone has to try to clear something. You ain't gonna solo hold each site. Eventually they'll move together. 50 seconds on the clock. And the A site, the target. Viper's Pit online. Yeah, it might even be worth using.
Yeah, they might be able to use it just to get them into that after plant. Fall back, especially with the amount of utility that's already been expended by Fnatic. Although saying that, they do still have a couple of snake bites, which is one of the main problems they'd have from this position. Oh no! Oh no! They spot Chronicle! And he just kills off both without even breaking a sweat. Fnatic come back to EMEA, week number 2.
Fnatic ball to keep on rolling, but let's see if GX can put a stop to it. No gate crash online for Coutinho. I don't think he's got a way out, but he doesn't need one if he's popping off like that. 2 quick kills. And remember, there's an extra element to this strategy with Purpo being there waiting in mid and Hoodie waiting in tube has caught Boaster despite being caught off guard. Not a bad start for the old defensive side.
Revealing area.
Definitely not a bad position to be in. Right, guys, got to be careful walking out. Alpha's managed to find one, but it is just going to be the quick trades in the end. Yeah, that's not a whole lot of expectations in this round for the side of Fnatic. Saying that, Alpha has just managed to get 2 with the Sheriff. Yeah, that's not how I was expecting that fight to go. And now he's looking to continue that push. Already you can see the potential TP back to spawn if it's needed for Coutinho. As they do now look to group up back towards A main. Now, he'll still have the weaponry advantage. They haven't been able to retrieve anything, and his push is actually going to find Althea. Maybe the Danger Man, or one of them, at least gone. But this does, however, leave the B site completely open, so it's more so the time it takes for GX to maybe get someone into position here, although the info can be grabbed by Redgar.
Well, it'll be grabbed a little late. They're already on the site thanks to the TP. Tag did land, but Dirk is straight back out of there. And the post plan, this is going to present a couple opportunities for Fnatic, especially with the snakebite lineups we're seeing set up by Boaster. One already fired up and over the top. The first players just cause a distraction, the orb goes up, and once the snakebite lands, they have to give up that diffuse. So time will be run down that little bit further. Orb goes down, the other snakebite's on the way. They're going to wait it out though.
Yeah, that's the thing, it's buying time, but I don't know if it's buying enough, especially with just the classic available. There wasn't really much opportunity to do any further damage in this round.
But the recon was already in. They know that he's here. Not that the ult doesn't give that away, and I don't know how he's gonna get out, but he's taking them down with him! 2 already before he eventually falls, but he's done his job.
Yeah, he's made it. Enough time, enough damage, that now you see that wraparound coming in from Alpha. They've got to clear him, and Cloud will do just that. Hoodie's found another one. I saw this at the beginning of the round. Boaster is trying to spam through this with an Ares. He's doing little tickles of damage, but they're just going to defuse in front of him. They're just sticking it all the way. I think he might have cooked a little bit too far with that one.
But he hasn't noticed the gate crash come right up beside him. In fact, I'm now a little bit worried, because as he comes out of that camp, you're gonna have players swinging through, getting close. Cloud's already got his double, and there's the triple. Okay, there will be no space taken for the side of Fnatic. Nothing to fall back on. There's Alpha here. Well, I say that, I mean, he is in their spawn. He might get one, where they're not expecting it, but in fact, they turn at just the right moment, and Cloud picks up his 4th. Very, very do you have Purpo supporting, but you also have Redgar ready to fight on the back of that. It's a very nice setup, but one that they've gone a little bit too aggressively pushing into. Purpo's about to lose his dash, but he's not losing the fight! It's another for Purpo, and he's sticking around! Cloudburst eventually used to cover his retreat, but look at the setup again. Redgar coming down to double up on this angle, and Hoodie is ready to drop. In fact, they do. They pincer the mid play, grab the info with the hat off the head, and they almost lose their life for it, but Redgar reacts just in time.
Oh, that whiffy. And it's left on to Chronicle, but Purpo is not missing. Shine within this map, but hasn't really been enough. Now, Alpha's done incredibly well here. They have no idea where he is, but unfortunately he didn't know there was already 3 players around that angle. Hoodie under pressure. But the timing almost catches Jake without a gun in hand. It won't actually matter too much. Everybody will fall within a matter of seconds. Having problems on their own map choice. Again, this 1-2 punch up close. But they've already managed to find the openers on the other side. Viper's Pit going to be put into play. That's actually where the majority of players are, but with kills coming in mid, Alpha's now starting to push. They're going to leave Hoodie actually somewhat alone and tagged up. But they now have the information that Alpha's there. The thing is, the full team are now rotating. The A site's going to end up completely clear, but it just depends which way Fnatic decide to go. And I don't blame them for walking towards Alpha. He's basically cleared the site, or at least he thinks he has.
He should swing for info, though, before they're out. At least I thought he might. Instead, it's going to be just a swing in from main, right into the heavy numbers of GX. Quick return, though. And only Hoodie left, 49 HP. A few of them are low. It's a headshot on Alpha, but the follow-up not found. Forward with him in a different dimension, peering into ours and attempting to find Hoodie. There he is. Unfortunately, that info was already found by Alpha. Hunter's Fury grabs one tag, but 40 HP, never mind. He's down and out. The return of the ultimate, though, as Vitinho now plays on site to rotate a little bit quicker. The flash to blind Chronicle, but somehow he loses that fight. It's anything but pretty. And the advantage now sits towards Fnatic. Hunter's Fury blindly fired in, hoping to find something and getting absolutely nothing. Shot missing for Purpo as well. Everything's going wrong for GX, and they've got the disadvantage to play around. Spike still to be planted, 50 seconds, but the Viper's Pit's the big danger! How is this man evading death again and again? 7 HP! And Purpo, the word save must be racking around this guy's brain, surely.
Spike planted.
But no, it's not. He's gone out wide into the open.
It's been played in a multitude of different ways, so that's something that Fnatic definitely has to be wary of. It's a nice ping, but actually the counter spray's even better. That's not the same guy. Where's the guy from the last round? Like, it just looks like Vitinho's bounced back immediately. I'm so confused. He saved it all for this round, Mitch.
That's it. That's it. You know, he's getting the bad karma out of the way, so the good one would come in here. Perhaps an economical play towards Fnatic.
Maybe he let Stevie play that round. Like Stevie came onto the stage, sat down in the chair. No, the round before.
I'm not sure about that.
The massive whiff round.
Stevie would have gotten 4 kills. Don't you ever disrespect him like that again. But yeah, for GX, this is a great resurgence. And you know the thing that's baffling to me is that this mid setup that's about to kill Alpha in a moment is being taken at the start of the round with no gate crash down. Vitinho does not have an escape.
30 seconds left.
That's wild. Like, even after the second kill, he's only then thinking, oh, maybe I should put one down, just in case. And the idea is that after the few pop-offs from this guy, he has got support as well. Hoodie on his way, Cloud here, and Durka forced back. The initial fight going to Vitinho. The spam's back. Okay, back and forth they go. The updraft at least. Get him up above that wall. Chronicle trapped in the corner though. Hasn't really got a way out. Durka and himself have to fight their way through this side, and he's just about made it. The A site taken by Alpha as well. They've secured a plant, and the element of surprise, Tom, it's everything for Alpha. He could go huge here.
Yeah, the thing is, I have a feeling that they're gonna suspect that this might happen because Alpha has been on those hard lurks in the majority of rounds, and again, GX have been very good at sort of grouping up as a unit. They'll definitely know it now. I think Alpha even realizing that he has to try and get ahead of where they'd even predict him to be. Planting. I don't think Neural Theft's gonna be a massive benefit at this stage, and any other ults are not even close to being online.
Especially with the trap behind, right? They're hardly going to have pushed down tubes, so there's no point really using it. Nowhere to use it right now. And no chance to with Alpha down. Durka on the clutch. Flash, though, is good, and he's gone!
Boost that GX need to close out this map.
Oh, no. And he's gone again. Unfortunately for Durka. He's done damage, though. It's not being followed up on. 3 versus 4. Redgar and Purpo sharing a life almost. And Hoodie's lost his. Now it's a little bit more competitive. The numbers even, but the HP drastically in favor of the Fnatic side. And they're looking to group up. But the TP used by Vitinho is near perfect. He has thread the needle. GX now hold the advantage, and the gate crash on its way back through. He can just reunite with his teammates and play this post plant together. Not only that, but Redguard's taking advantage of his low HP with a nasty little spot. He's being caught by Boaster though. 19 HP, and on the way back out, okay, he slipped through. Purple barely holding on to life, but he's going to use Fatinho to try to close this one out. The two of them together, already sticking to halfway, but the read is perfect by Boaster. He's got one, baiting him out for the final fight, but the ammo gets the better of him.
He's going to have to hide at the back of this site, and already Chronicle is gone. It's left on Alpha to go huge here in the corner. He's going to find another. Again, the individual doing great, but the trades are there. Guns can be found. Mitch, it's a 3v3.
Yeah, they've already done the work on the side of GX. I like this attack, the flash through the wall. It got them so much space. And now they get to capitalize off those advantages. Sitting down with weapons in hand, ready to take this fight. What was a disadvantageous round is now one that you could argue even favors them.
Yeah.
The utility at a disadvantage. They don't have a lot to fall back on, but with another kill found, it's looking like Fnatic might be in the dirt. 11 seemingly secured and now locked in for pretty steep investment from Fnatic. They look to stop GX here and now. The decoy is already allowed to walk through, but oh no, Dirk is not able to capitalize. It's Boaster instead, popping off on the back of the site. That's given them a chance.
Yeah, it's given an opportunity, especially with the remaining players having Guardians. That was the one pistol that was in play. Still, Cloud standing. Redgar alongside him. Utility definitely favored to Fnatic at this stage. You've got Chronicle's belt just being put into play. The drone is still available for Cloud, but I'm not sure if there's necessarily a position he'll be able to use this, and I think instead it looks like Redgar's going to be that sacrificial lamb, just looking for the contact. He's already going to manage to find one. The second goes his way as well, and now he's heading up against Althea. A Cypher battle that you'd expect to go in Alpha's favor, and it will. Just about getting that. And it is just players like Alpha saving
Nice
them.
knife. That's a drone cancelled out completely, but take his drone away, and the man gets angry. 2 quick kills for Cloud, and they're steaming in towards the site. He's jumping around like a lunatic. As
2 of them were jumping, Fitty gets the kill.
Oh my! Boaster and Alpha left to do it all, and that is a spectacular response from GX. Their initial utility cut off, and it didn't look like there were any struggles there. They're both isolated. Fatinho might take this, but he doesn't have a flash, so he goes all the way into the spawn and then just TP's out.
It safe.
Just a paranoia play, and there is a flank underway from Redgar. In fact, they're going back to clear Fatinho, and they're going to run right into Redgar. It doesn't matter if they're looking for him. He'll find him anyways.
And Andaluthia flawless.
On the way through, it looks like he's a little bit out of range to hear those steps. He'll sneak his way through the door, and it's as the spike is being planted. Look, they're looking the other way. Alpha picks up one, but the cost is great. Now the ult used for the final pieces of information, and this puzzle has come together nicely for GX. They came into this 13-5 down on the first map. Boaster was fragging out. GX, well, they've done the exact same. Redgar leading the charge for this squad in many, many rounds, pulling them out of bad positions and leaving Fnatic with only Chronicle here in a 1v4. 7 straight rounds needed, and they won't even get the first kill. 13-5. Deja vu. Shu really is on the other foot now, and it's only Split that can separate. But not yet activated. Fnatic ready to follow up on the back of it. Counter utility on its way. It looks like GX want to fight ahead of this execute, and that's a cost that they're willing to pay. 1 player down, the trade's in, but they're not finished fighting just yet. Counter flash coming out of the side of Leo, and that has kept them back. The advantage sits with Fnatic, but the damage is done. Someone has to capitalize on it, though, and there's no one left. Players down in Vent, biding their time.
I really want Fatinho to try and fail.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
He's actually waiting just in case he did. That's a good teammate right there. I'm not going to screw up your flank and have one of my own. Eventually, it's only going to be the 1 kill. I honestly think, though, like we have all these...
There's always going to be the traps. Don't have traps to worry about, so straight in, paranoia, TP on backside. But this player's dropping out of heaven, and that's the real danger. 3, in fact, around this position. The Spectre already finding the 1, and Fatinho's not looking to stop anytime soon. Prepping his utility as Purpo just flies ahead of it, picking off 1, picking off 3 so far. And it's only Boaster. He snuck to the back, but Cloud up top is easily able to find it, and the round win goes to GX.
Paranoia in hand for Boaster to try and find something instead, though it's actually Purple again, winning the duel, gonna bypass the rest of the players. He kills Boaster. Was he on top or did he drop down? I think he dropped down after the aftershock.
He did.
And because of that, he's ended up getting a couple of kills. Durka needs to get back in there. They are just sticking this diffuse and it is being held. There is nothing Chronicle can do.
It's committed on as well. Boaster spotted by Redgar, an awkward fight, and he's left with a sliver of health, but the trade is good. They managed to take enough space to make that loss worthwhile, losing out their main smoker. It'll be a little tough, but they want GX to retake. They want GX to come barreling in so the Rolling Thunder can catch them all.
Set up and ready to go. Just trying to find a spot where it's not going to end up being more of a curse. It seems like the rest of the players are getting ready to barrel in off the back of it. They haven't quite been able to capitalize just yet, but Cloud is not long for this world. Hoodie, though, has quickly found trade backs. The time being bought, but still enough for them to get back in onto this. The trade from Alfred, he's actually going to end up with both.
He's gone walkabouts, runabouts, in fact. The Paranoia won't catch him. He's going to get so much value from here. Durka already with the first. The second, in fact, clocked up, and there's the third. It looks so aggressive, but he knows when to take. Already hear that question coming. A little TP in, good control, and Durka has support too, and it's Alpha backing him up, so of course the kills come through. 2 trades for Alpha, but he might need to do a little bit more. Fatinho goes running in, and running into his death. The spike is down in the open. That's the only advantage here for GX.
I don't know if that was necessary.
Last player standing.
Luckily, again, Purpo is there to bail them out.
Ace needed.
Yeah, who else? Who else? I said that maybe Purpo's the best in the server.
He could be in spawn, he could be in heaven, he could be in main, and all of those positions would be viable. For him though, he's going to take a bit of an uncouth position. Instead, looking to take that opening fight. This is a man that wants to duel. He doesn't want to win on the clock. He wants to win with a gun in his hand. And all 5 kills in his back pocket. An ace for Alpha here, the best of the best. As Fnatic push it past the choke point, but they have breached into heaven. A little bit of control found as Alpha goes flying through in the back of the orb. The shot has found nothing. Showstopper. And the show is ended before it can even fire off for Purpo. Here's the spray from Chronicle for another 3 versus 2. This was looking dodgy with the time remaining, but just about they've gotten that plant in. Losing Durka, but Chronicle and Leo still stand, and that breach utility not online. Leo's a duelist here when he's most fearsome. And the player up top will be caught by Chronicle. Only Fatinho, and the double swing closes it. 9 rounds on the attacking.
Onto that attack. A chance for them to set the pace. A chance for Purpo to be up front. Never mind. Fatinho with his quasi-duelist right now as he takes the lead. And Alpha, I can't believe he's just trying to kill them all off from the top rope. It would have been maybe even more impressive than the ace he got a couple of rounds ago.
Yeah, going full Matt Hardy on the play. I respect it, but, well, it hasn't really worked. Chronicle, Durka, and Leo, the last remaining, and it's the A defense that Fnatic have put all their stonks into. Unfortunately, we can see GX are taking it elsewhere. It looks like a plant, almost secured, and, well, honestly, if you're a fan of VALORANT, this is how you want to see the pistol round go. Fnatic take it, and we're going on to Series 2 pretty quickly, but for now, GX seem to have bought themselves a lifeline. Unless there's a big performance out of some of these players. Remember, Leo had an ace in the last map, and Durka on the Yoru. There's no stopping him. Chronicle popped off in the previous round as well. There's no shortage of dangers for this attacking side, but the advantage is theirs with the time now ticking away on that Spike's explosion.
Yeah, they're on the clock, that's for sure. Aftershock available, a stun as well, an extra piece available as well for Fatinho, and he has made things so awkward, but Purpo goes down. It's starting to look a little bit dangerous. Leo just with the full swing, full sprint attempt.
Through 50 seconds on the clock as GX look to make their way in. Stun, not quite gonna catch him. Chronicle ready to fight as they come through the elbow. There's Durka doubling up. They weren't expecting him. He can get out. Well, not anymore. Bullet to the head will secure that. And GX, advantage, not quite. Still a player to the good over on Fnatic, but the plant will at least be secured. Not really any utility for it either. No flashes for Cloud, no snake bites for Hoodie. You're going to find it very difficult to recover on this one, and especially with that opening pick from Alpha. Hoodie playing the real gamble inside the smoke, paranoid up in the ready. They expect them to be there.
Yeah, I think realizing that if you got one player that close, that is the spike player at the back right now. They might catch Vitinho. They're going to catch Vitinho. That's the spike down. Then now everything it's going wrong. It couldn't go any worse.
It's falling apart.
Last player
It's
standing.
fallen to pieces. My God, Hoodie standing against the entire might of Fnatic. There was no play by Alpha here, that nade. Oh, it's caused problems. He'll lose a bit of his health to that, and the flank up from Spawn gets Hoodie a kill. That rotation working out perfectly, but even despite that punish, it's a 3 versus 3.
This round felt like a split death match. Like that's
Yes.
what I'm watching right now.
Yeah,
It's just like you've had a player had to get a kill from the spawn. You've had a push all the way through B to fight mid. Like that's been the defense for Fnatic, is just fighting mid every single round. And this is the best case the GIANTX have had. And well, they've still got plenty to walk into. Look at the read. Fnatic already have 3 players within this B side of the map. And they are walking straight into the stack.
TP out for Durka. Oh, gate crash is gone. It just faded. He has no opportunity but to stay here.
30
Leo's
seconds left.
there to support, but the rolling thunder's going to put pressure on him, and with Durka down, Leo surely soon to follow. After the pause, the last pause, the pressure on B will sit firmly in the hands of Chronicle, or on the backs of Chronicle and Leo. The spray is good for 2! Chronicle showing up with Purpo tag blow. It's an easy conversion for Leo, who goes out for all of them. 13-7, and domination from Fnatic on the final map. We were worried coming into this, but